Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope everyone's going very well. My name's the BigCraigO, or Craig is actually my name, but the channel is the BigCraigO, and today I will be playing some Magic Arena. So thanks everyone in chat for joining me today. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to give us a like, subscribe, and comment on what sort of content you're interested in. So a little bit about what we're about here. I'm just going to turn my mic down a little bit. I'm noticing that it's pretty loud. So hopefully that's okay. So a little bit about what I'm about. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I stream Magic Arena. Starting this month, I'll be putting up a weekly video as well, just on either deck tech or a particular element of Magic that I find interesting. I stream on Twitch. As I said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, between 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is Greenwich Mean Time, plus 10 hours if you're in another country, just to help you find it. Feel free to swing by, give us a follow, you'll get a notification from Twitch. I also upload the videos onto YouTube. If you're watching there, you already know that. If you're not watching there, and you're seeing this somewhere else, that's where you can go and find me. That's under the BigCraigO. I also have a Facebook page where I will put up information that I think is interesting when I'm going live, etc, etc. Anyway, first things first, new week, new season, new set, new decks, new excitement, all good. So I came in this morning and bought some more gems because I thought we could get some more booster packs, which is why the store is not shining to come and say hi. Our daily challenge for us is the 20 red or green spells, so we'll sort that out. We've got a daily winners wheel of 250 gold on the top there, but 15 wins, and a weekly wheel that's reset as well, and we're at the 7th mastery point so far. Going and checking out the store, first things first. We have some gold, like gold, and we've got some alt art. Let's do that, thank you. You got some cosmetics there, some different card styles. I don't mind these, but I'm not going to spend any gold at the moment. I've only got 7,500 gold, so I want to build up that gold. I spend a lot of gold buying, getting some sleeves and some other bits and pieces recently, so I just want to build up that gold again. A couple of things to sort of, before we start playing some games, just to go through, I've got listed here. The Spectrum Gaming or Spectrum Games promotion that we've been running from December and January, 5% off was the deal. That has now come to an end as of today. I'll be announcing some other interesting things coming up in the future. As part of that process, the team at Spectrum Games sent me a box of Commander Legends. So we've been running a poll for the last 2 weeks as to what we should do with that box, because there was, obviously I could just open it up. That's one option. Just open it all on stream and everyone will get excited, and then that'll be one and done. The other options that some people suggested was when I win a game to open a booster, when I lost a game to open a booster. Both of these, being a bit self-deprecating, if it was losing, we'd open it within the first stream. If it was winning, it would become a unique thing that would never be opened ever. But in seriousness, though, they were put into a poll. The other option that was suggested was every time someone subscribes to the channel or follows on when I say the channel, on Twitch, to open a booster. So basically, I didn't want to make the decision by myself. I sort of had some ideas as to what I thought would be cool, But I thought I'd ask you guys, and I appreciate everyone for voting. A lot of votes came through, and as such, the results were as follows. So to do a box opening on stream, came in with the lowest amount of votes, got 11.1% of the votes. So that we're not doing that. 2 was to open a booster when we lose a game. That got the second lowest amount of votes at 22.2%. And then the third option was, or derivative of that, was to open when we win a game. And that came in under the same heading. And then finally, for clarity, 11.1% was just to do a box open. 11.2%, so just slightly higher, was when I lost a game. And 11.2% was when I won a game. So basically very, very close on those. And then the actual winner was to open a booster every time the channel gets a subscriber or a follow. Came in at a whopping 66.5%. So big gap there. So thank you very much, everyone. That's what we'll be doing every time someone follows or subscribes. A new person follows or subscribes. I will open a booster of this fine product. Keep me honest, chat. If you see someone follow and I don't open one, just remind me, because I will forget. But ultimately, there you go. Straight away, I get a follow. Thanks, Stanex. I'll open a booster right now, I guess. You're the first person. There we go. Fantastic. So I'll put that rubbish in the bin a bit later. All right, Thanix. So what have we got in here? Command the draft. Put that aside. Grab one of these shiny boosters. All right. Just gonna minimize this. I can get on board with this. Let's go. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right, so I'm going to open this. I'm not doing anything dodgy. You just can't see it on stream. So I'm opening up this booster pack. All righty. Okay, pop that over there. All right. So just grabbing the commons, the uncommons. All right, so I've turned down the rares and I'm just putting them on my desk here so that I don't drop them. So we got, for the first booster pack, open for this. I don't know if you can see these. So what I'm going to do is just read it out. Ripscale Predator, Strategic Planning, Spark Harvest, Sparktongue Dragon, Flood of Recollection, a Moss Diamond, Exquisite Huntmaster, Seraph of Dawn, Stone Fury, Ancient Animus, Supernatural Stamina, Workshop Assistant, Prophetic Prism, Vow of Lightning, Law Seeker's Stone, and Victimize. All good? It's pretty exciting, me reading out a bunch of card names. So what I'm going to do is just quickly scroll through the cards like so. This isn't working very well, is it? So, pretty cool art. Nice art. Stone Fury. Ancient Animus. Supernatural Stamina. Workshop. What is it? Workshop Assistant. Prophetic Prism. I've used a few of those over the years. Vow of Lightning. Law Seeker's Stone. and Victimize. Alright, so that's the commons and uncommons. I'll put them in a pile over here. Now we go on to the more exciting bit, the rare. So we've got a Vault of Champions. Okay, Vault of Champions is a land. Vault of Champions enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. It creates black or white mana. Pretty damn cool. Another uncommon, Tormod the Desecrator. 1 black and 3 other for a 4/2 legendary zombie wizard creature. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token and partner. So there you go. Alright, and we got Crack the Thumbless. 1 red, 1 other for a 2/2 legendary creature goblin wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, return that spell to its owner's hand. If you win the flip, copy that spell, and you may have you may choose new targets for that copy, and it's also got partner mechanic. So that's pretty cool. And our foil for this particular pack is Feast of Succession. 2 black, 4 other for a sorcery spell. All creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn, and you become the monarch. And that artwork is sexy. Very cool. Pop that over there. And for the token, nothing too exceptional, but it's a copy. So this token, yeah, it's very, very pretty card. This token can be used to represent a token that's a copy of a permanent. I really like the foil. I really like the foil. I think that's a very pretty card. Cool. So thanks for the follow, and thanks for being the first person that got me to open a booster pack on stream. So there you go. Scratch my eye a little bit there. Okay, so moving on. Just keep me honest if I forget to, if someone, no stress, brother. All good. Where are you based, Statix? Whereabouts are you based? Which country? In the UK. All right, cool. Whereabouts in the UK? Essex. Nice. Spent a little bit of time in the UK over the years, working for a popular miniature manufacturer that's based out of Nottingham. So I spent a bit of time, and I've got friends that live there as well. So looking forward to when I'm allowed to travel back. So anyway, there we go. You know what GW is. There you go. Awesome. Of course, you're English. You know what's going on. As far as what's going on for the rest of the stream, I'm basically going to buy some booster packs and open them. And then we're going to play some games to fulfill our challenges. That's what I thought. Profile-wise, it's all reset. So we're back to where we were. The season ends in 27 days, so that's pretty damn cool. Mastery-wise, we're basically going to be chewing our way through to get to the Uber Bear. But ultimately, there's some really, really pretty sleeves. I love these sleeves, so we need to get those. That's the goal. All right, let's check out some decks. Now, there's a bunch of new decks that have sort of risen to the top over the weekend, and I've got a few friends that have sent me lists, and I built some lists this morning before we started streaming, just because I wanted to be able to have a look and do some reviews. The biggest boogeyman in the world at the moment is the Tibalt deck that's been doing the rounds. If you're not familiar with this particular deck, It uses a mechanic that I'm sure is going to get resolved fairly quickly with an emergency banning. This particular card, Tybalt's Trickery, it's 1 red and 1 other for an instant spell. It allows you to counter target spell. You can choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. Its controller mills that many cards, then exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with a different name to that spell. They may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then they put the exiled cards on the bottom of their library in random order. So, this is a jank deck, e.g. it's a deck that's designed to do really broken things. So, the idea is that you try and cast one of these, or you cast one of these spells. So you either cast a 0-cost Tormod's Crypt, okay, so it costs you 0 to bring it into play, or you try to cast a Stone Coil Serpent for 0. Whilst that's on the stack, e.g. before it resolves, you counter that spell you counter your own spell using this for 1 red and 1 other. And that allows you to flip cards from the top of your library until you hit another permanent. Now, it's not infallible, this deck, but obviously a turn 2 Ugin or a Genesis Ultimatum or a Coma or one of these big massive cards is pretty broken when it comes to your opponent being able to play in the game. So this deck's fun in the sense of it does really degenerate things. I'm not sure it'll get banned, but it should. Excuse me, let's go back to the decks. So there's a couple of different versions going around. So there's a 4-color sort of mix one. There's a teamer one. There's a mono red, and then the mono red one just basically uses it's trying to hit Ugin turn 2, and then there's a 5-color version. I just grabbed them and brought them in. I don't think they're particularly good decks. Definitely not from a happiness point of view. Your opponent's going to be wondering what the hell has happened. The key things that I've sort of been really impressed by is the changes to the mono white sort of style decks, and this is what I'm going to be probably making the most content around for this season. So this week's video I'm hoping to do is a deck tech in deep detail of this, and then some playtests. So that'll be something that we'll look at a bit later. And then I keep clicking on the wrong thing. The other decks that we've got to check out probably today would be the number 1 ranked mono red deck. So that's as in the Mythic number 1 player from the last season was on mono red. Hello Good Game has a budget Selesnya deck that I want to check out because I like Selesnya. And then Covert Go Blue has a Yoran control deck that he says is quite good. So they're the 3 main decks that I thought we'd check out. And then we've got a Rogues deck that's got some new goodies in it. Or it's more optimized, which makes it crazy level. And then the white deck that I was talking about before. I noticed, I saw this mono. This is a Boros Angel deck that runs 1 red card. So it's a white deck with a splash of red. So I thought that might be good for an alternate game as well. Anyway, with all of that stuff out of the way, let's have a look at red and green spells. So I guess we should probably just start off with the, let's have a look at this mono red deck. And sort of see if there's anything outside of the norm here. It's probably just optimized a little bit as far as with the current meta and what's been changing. It runs a number of sort of standard cards. So it's got the Hellhound, so it's 1 drop. So 1 red for a 0/1 with landfall. So every time you play a land, it gets +2/+2. So just a bit of easy damage. It runs it runs 3 of those. It runs the full play set of Fervent Champion, 1 red and for a 1/1 with First Strike and Haste. And then it also has the ability to add +1/+0 to another attacking knight. Nice. Some shocks, so just 2 shocks, so 1 red to do 2 damage as an instant spell. It runs a single Spikefield Hazard. Spikefield Hazard deals 1 damage to any target. If a permanent dealt this way, blah blah blah, it could die. So a lot of people go, well, why would you run a singleton? If someone has something like a creature that recurs, e.g. a creature that can be cast again from the graveyard, you can hit it with this and then it disappears. It goes into exile. So that's pretty damn good. It runs a full playset of 4 Rimnock Knights. So 1 red, 1 other for a 3/1. It has the adventure attached to it, an instant speed to add +2/+0 till end of turn. Quite good. Full playset of the Robber of the Rich, which is 1 red, 1 other for a 2/2. With reach and haste, and when it attacks, it basically, if you have less cards than your opponent, you get to take the top card off their library, as long as it's not a land card, and you could cast it. Excuse me. Runs 2 roll eruptions, which is a new addition. So 1 red, 1 other for a does 3 damage. You can kick it for an additional 5, so that would be 7 mana, but what it does is 5 damage, so that's pretty damn good. It runs 2 of those. 3 of the Shatter Skull Smashing, which is 2 red and X, deals X damage divided as you choose among 2 creatures and or planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, it deals twice the X damage. It's just a good point sink, but it also can come in as a red land if you're stuck. Full playset of Bone Crusher Giants. This is an all-star. It's been in most red decks for a long time, since it's been obviously in existence. A 4/3 for 3 is very good. It also has the awesome ability that if something targets it, it does 2 damage, so it makes it a little hard and resistant to being removed, so that's good. And it also has an instant attached to it called Stomp for 1 red, 1 other, where you can do 2 damage to another creature. To any target, not even a creature. Runs a full place set of Annex, so 2 red, 1 other for a X3 creature. X is equal to its devotion of red. 3 Phoenixes of Ash for 2 red, 1 other for a 2/2 flying haste. And you can pump it up for 3 mana, so 1 red and 2 other to give it +2/+0, which you can do multiple times, by the way. And it also can escape from the graveyard, which means you can cast it from your graveyard for 2 red, 2 other, and exiling 3 cards. And then it comes back into play as a 3/3 rather than a 2/2. Torben, it's a good combo for this fellow and say something like Annex with a bunch of Satyrs if it dies. So pretty good there. The Ox of Agnos for 2 red, 3 other for a 4/2, but when it comes into play, you discard your hand and draw 3 cards. Pretty good. 3 Embercleaves, some Pump Castles, and some land. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going to I think we'll just play a bit of this, but first things first, I need to change the basic land over to the land type the picture that I like. There it is. I'm not sure how I'm going to use this particular build, but I'll give it a try because we've got a challenge today. So, what the hell? Let's get into some games. There it is. So, I hope everyone had a great weekend. Today is the 1st of February already, which is pretty cool. Okay, so looking at this hand, it's pretty straightforward. So we got a couple of 1-drops, a couple of 2-drops. We just need to draw another land to get those out, so it should be alright. Say hi to our opponent. Love. Ask him for a dance. And then we go on to having some fun. So we're back at gold. So we need to go through and level up to Mythic as quickly as possible. Okay. Looks like our opponent is some sort of is it type build. Which is okay. Oh, all right. There we go. All right, let's go to the attack step. See what happens. Whenever a creature or a planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage, if a giant, wizard, or spell you control draw a card. Okay, cool. Sure. Pop it up so that it kills that. Play this. I'm going to shock ourselves and play the Rimrock Knight because we want to keep that pressure going. See where we go from there. Ooh. Now, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So giants now deal double damage from their side, which is pretty cool for them. Get rid of that and then attack in. 5. So unstopped, they're on a 2-turn clock. I doubt very much that that's going to be the case. But you never know. You never know. Maybe they don't have any other cards. I don't know. Oh, they do. They have other cards. What are the chances? Yep. Okay. Play this. Play this. No attacks for this turn. Play this. Move to the attack step. What happens next? They scry 3. Okay, let's do this then. We need to draw another land. If we could do that, that would be lovely. Lovely, I tells you. Yeah. Okay, that'll do it. One of them. One of them. And then we attack with everything. So they go down to 3. Okay, so this turn, whenever they cast a spell with converted mana cost 5 or greater, they draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Okay. Alright, so they're looking for a specific bit of removal to get rid of the Phoenix, it would look like. So if they can remove this, or if they can remove everything, then I'm in big trouble. But to be honest, it's not looking real good for them at the moment. That's what I was about to say. All right. Nice. Okay, so we're at 12 of 20 required casting of red or green spells. So, all good in the hood. Feel free, if you're watching this in chat, to check out my YouTube videos, the BigCraigO, and join the Facebook page and give us a follow. That would be lovely as well. Yeah, this is all right. This is all right. This is all right. I'll keep this. Say hello. Seems like everyone's on the red card bandwagon at the moment. Always love the art on Magic. One of them, and one of these, and do one of these. Ooh. A 5. Take 5 damage is off the top. It's pretty nasty. Bow shower. Yeah. One day I'ma wake up with a reaper at the door. Don't need all the answers, just say anything at all. I've been praying for a minute, I've been waiting on your call. Oh, need all the answers, just tell me what life is for. One day I'ma wake up with a reaper at the door. Don't need all the answers, just say anything. Can't be blocked with creatures power of 2 or less. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Yo! Yes. Yes, I am using Kaldheim. And after... Hey, Toddy, how are you, buddy? After some games today, or this, you know, playing a few more games, I've got a bunch of gems that I need to convert into boosters to open. So what I'm going to do now is make this dude large and in charge. And he's going to block here. And much happiness will be had across the land. Play this. No attacks. Yeah. Yep. Gonna 100% open them on the stream. So, about 90 booster packs. 90 booster packs. Digital booster packs. And I've also got these. So every time someone subscribes or follows, a new person I should say, subscribes or follows, I will be opening one. So you just have to remind me, because if I forget, I don't want people getting all salty about stuff. Let's do that. This. And then no attacks at the moment. Check this out, guys. This is what Thanex, the booster pack that I opened for when the Thanex joined the stream. That's the cool foil card art. Isn't that amazing? 7. Yeah, look, I need to block this here. And I need to block this here. Because they're going to Ember Cleave. And we would have died. Okay. Do a bit of this. Do a bit of this. Bit of this. One of them, and one of them. So what's that? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I can only do 15 damage. So I'll have to do this. Oh dear God. Good game. There we go. Unfortunately, that did not play out how I wanted it to. Eh well. Alright, so we finished doing that, so let's go and spend our mastery orb onto this one. Sigrid, God favored. There you go. Nice. Alright. Let's go and buy some boosters, eh? Yeah, let's do that one. Gleam. Go to some packs. Alright, so if you haven't done this before, basically what happens is you can open one booster by clicking on it, yeah? Alright, so let's have a look. So we got the rare Saga Waking the Trolls, which is 1 red, 1 green, and 4 other. Destroy target land. Todd's excited about opening boosters. So the first law counter, first whatever you call it, stage is destroy target land. After that, so the next turn, put a target land card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And the third one is choose target opponent. If they control fewer lands than you, create a number of 4/4 green troll warrior creature tokens with trample equal to the difference. Not bad, not bad. The other cards that are in this particular booster: Ascent of the Worthy, another Saga, one green, one black, one white, and one other. First mode: choose a creature you control until your next turn. All damage that would be dealt to creatures you control is dealt to that creature instead. You get that for 2 turns in a row, and then after that you get to return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a flying counter on it. That creature is an Angel Warrior in addition to its other types. Pretty cool. The other uncommon is the Runed Crown. For 3, it's an artifact equipment. When Rune Crown enters the battlefield, you may search your library, hand, and or graveyard for a rune card and put it onto the battlefield attached to Rune Crown. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and equipped for 2. So basically, runes in this, you can add abilities to items. So as an example, the Rune Crown is an equipment, but you can put a rune onto it that gives flying. So the crown then would give +1/+1 and flying. So you get the feeling for what I'm saying. We've got a snow land, a mountain forest. It comes in a battlefield tapped, but it can generate red or green mana, and it is snow type. So there are some spells that use snow mana to give awesome extra abilities. Broken wings. Take these broken wings. That owl's having a bad day. 1 green and 2 other to destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. For 1 red, 2 other for a human berserker creature, a Tuskeri Firewalker, 3/2. Can attack. Now, Boast is a mechanic for when you attack, whilst it's attacked or after it's attacked, you can pay whatever the cost is and do that ability. So in this particular one, Boast, pay 1, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Pretty useful in a red deck. And, 3 for a 3 mana for a 3/2 is not bad. Okay, so you can see this is a snow instant. Frostbite, cost 1 red. Frostbite does 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you control 3 or more snow permanents, it deals 3 damage instead. Pretty good. And then finally, we have a Gold Vein Pick for 2 for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Cost 1 to equip it. So there you go. So you can open single boosters by clicking on them, or you can go here and open 10. So let's do that for giggles. So what happens is you're basically opening 10 booster packs at one time. So in our 10 booster packs that we just opened, we got a Vagaroth Bloodsky Sire for 1 black, 2 other for a Demon Rogue legendary creature. He's a 2/3, has Death Touch. Excuse me. He also has the boost mechanic, which is 1 black and 1 other. So when he's attacking or after he's attacked, target player searches their library for a card, then shuffles their library and puts that card on top of it. It's pretty good. Tutor effect. I think the cool thing about this is it's got Death Touch. Quakebringer. Now this is a gas card. This is one of my. I think this is just bonkers good. So 2 red, 3 other for a giant berserker creature. Your opponent can't gain life. So straight off the bat, that is just epic. It's a 5/4, so that's quite cool. At the beginning of your upkeep, Quakebringer deals 2 damage to each opponent. This ability triggers only if Quakebringer is on the battlefield or if Quakebringer is in your graveyard and you control a giant. So it's pretty damn cool if you've got multiples of these. Like maybe you've got 1 in your graveyard and 1 on the battlefield. You're doing 4 damage. So you're for 5 casting costs, so 2 red, 3 other, you're getting a 5/4 that stops your opponent from gaining life and does 2 damage at the start of every turn, even if it doesn't attack. Now the Foretell mechanic allows you to put things into, I suppose, in exile. So rather than having to pay the 5 mana to cast this, you can pay 2 mana and put the card into exile, and then you can cast it from exile for its foretell cost. Yeah, so it's 2 red and 2 other to cast it for foretell. So it just reduces the mana cost down. You basically, it's like a layaway, like a lay-by on a card. Haunting Voyage is 2 black, 4 other for a sorcery spell. Choose a creature type. Return up to 2 creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If this spell was foretold, return all creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield instead. The foretell cost for this is 2 black and 5 other, so it's more. It's not a layaway. It's a but it also, the effect is significantly better. Pretty cool card. Eradicator Valkyrie, 2 black and 2 other for a 4/3 flying lifelink hexproof from Planeswalkers card. It has the boast mechanic of 1 black, 1 other. Sacrifice a creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or Planeswalker. So it's a way of you clearing out their battlefield. Egon, God of Death, 1 black, 2 other for a 6/6 legendary creature god with Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile 2 cards from your graveyard if you can't sacrifice this card, and draw a card. So pretty cool. It also, the other side of the card, you can cast it for 1 black as a Throne of Death. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Pay 1 black and 2 other. Tap it, exile a creature card from your graveyard to draw a card. So it's just a card engine, yeah? Pretty good. We got a Mythic wildcard. We got 2 Tundra Thermals. So 2 red and 1 other for this snow sorcery. It deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Add a colorless mana for each snow mana spent to cast this spell. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana at steps and end phases. So it's a way of you just building up some extra mana, getting some more value. But ultimately, 3 mana for a 4 damage sorcery spell. It's okay. Got 2 of those. Got a Skemfar Avenger for 1 black, 1 other for a 3/1 elf berserker creature. Whenever another non-token elf or berserker you control dies, you draw a card and lose a life. Not too bad for a 2-drop. Blessing of Frost, 1 green and 3 other for a snow sorcery. Distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures you control, where X is the amount of snow mana spent to cast this spell. Then draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. So in essence, you could cast this for 4 snow mana. If you only had snow mana, in a green snow mana in your deck, you would get to distribute 4 +1/+1 counters. Yep. And then you would get to draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's a sorcery spell though, so that's less good. Alright. Okay, so let's go and play a game and then we'll come back and open some more boosters. Alright, so we finished the daily challenge there. So now it's a matter of deciding what decks we want to run. So we played the mono red. I think we just move our way along the line here. Let's have a quick look at this budget Selesnya deck. First things first, I need to change the land because it just, oh no, hold on, maybe I don't need to. Let's have a look. Snow covered. There is no basic land in here. Okay, apply styles. Crafting all, 4 uncommons, let's do that. Okay, so it's got just to go through the actual deck and what's in it. For 1 white mana, you get a 1/2. This is what I love about white and green. You get a flying first strike bird for 1 white mana. Crazy, so good. And it's a common. Wizards, go home, you're drunk. So 1 white mana for a 1/2 with flying and first strike. Just crazy good. So there's a full play set of those. Blizzard Brawl, 1 green snow sorcery. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you control 3 or more snow permanents, the creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Those creatures then fight each other. Yep. Seems good. Like it. I love the artwork. Who do you reckon's going to win? The Berserker or the Viking Berserker with his big axe? Or the unhappy Yogi B. Bear? Snake Skin Veil, 1 green. For an instant spell, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, full stop. And then it gains hexproof until end of turn. So you get to make it larger and in charger, and it can't be targeted. Pretty good in response. Wildwood Scourge, 1 green and X. It's a creature Hydra. Wildwood Scourge enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Good points. You know, if you've got mana, you can just put it all into there. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put onto another non-Hydra creature you control, put a +1/+1 counter on Wildwood Scourge. So it grows. Fearless Fledgling. It's 1 white, 1 other for a 1/1 with landfall, not lifelink, landfall. So whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Fearless Fledgling, and it also gains flying until the end of turn. 1 green, 1 other for a Gnarlid Colony, so a 2/2 beast creature. You can kick it for 1 green and 2 other, so it would cost you 2 green and 3 other. If Gnarlid Colony was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has trample. Some synergy in this deck, that's for sure. Guardian Gladewalker, 1 green, 1 other for a 1/1 changeling. When Guardian Gladewalker enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Now, changeling mechanic, as it says right there, changelings, this creature is every creature type. Quite nice. Conclave Mentor, 1 white, 1 other for a 2/2. I love this card. It is a Centaur Cleric. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a target creature you control, put that many +1/+1 counters. So, if you're going to put, as the example is here, a Fearless, say you have a Conclave Mentor and a Fearless Fledgling on the battlefield, you put your land down for the turn, this gets a +1/+1 counter on it, but this also triggers, so it would actually get 2 +1/+1 counters. Yeah? Excuse me. So it's just that +1. When Conclave Mentor dies, you gain life equal to its power. So hopefully it doesn't die. Boreal Outrider, 1 green, 2 other for a 3/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if snow mana of any kind of that spell's color was cast to cast it, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. So that reads like some crazy physics problem, but ultimately what it is when you cast a card, if you use snow mana for part of its colored casting cost, it gets a +1/+1 counter. So, for case of argument, you can only cast this with white. Yeah, it cannot be cast with other colors. Now, if you were to use a white snow-covered plains to cast it, and this was on the battlefield, it would come into play as a 2/3 because it would get a +1/+1 counter onto it. Now, let's assume, perfect world scenario, you have one of these out and one of these out. You want to cast this, you cast it for 1. So it would become a 2/3 because of this, but it would also get another +1. So then all of a sudden it would become a 3/4 for 1 mana. Seems pretty good. Mammoth Growth, 1 green, 2 other. It's an instant spell. You can give target creature +4/+4 until end of turn. You can pay 2 mana to put this into exile so that it costs you only 1 to play later down the track. Fall of the Imposter, 1 white, 1 other, and 1 colorless. Doesn't matter which color it is. It's a saga. First mode, first turn. I don't know how to just describe it. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target creature. It does the same thing again the second time. Battlefield Raptor is broken. It's not broken. It's powerful. I think it's a really good card. A really good card. And then for the third mode for this, exile a creature with the greatest power among creatures target opponent controls. Quite cool. Then it's got a suite of different land. So it's got 5 snow-covered plains, 4 snow-covered forests, an Arctic tree line, 2 of those bad boys, also snowland. They come into play tapped, but they can make green or white land. Better Guard Stronghold, like this card. It enters the battlefield tapped. Yeah, it's a downside. It's an uncommon, not a mythic rare. It makes green mana. It's not snow mana. You can pay 2 white and 1 green, tap and sacrifice this land. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. They gain vigilance and lifelink until end of turn. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. We have 4 Evolving Wilds. Search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. These are basic land cards. So pretty nice. It also runs a single Field of Ruin. Now, everyone goes, wow, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty good deck. So let's just have a look for a sec. Common, uncommon. Common, uncommon. Uncommon. Common. Common. Uncommon. Uncommon. Common. Uncommon. Land. Common. Uncommon. Common. Uncommon. There are no rares, hence the budget part of this deck. Crazy! Let's have a go. Let's see how it runs. I love Selesnya. I really do. I'm wondering if there's like a super overpowered, lots of rares and mythic Selesnya deck that we can dominate the meta with. There probably is. Yeah, look, it's not the best hand in the world. I'm going to keep it just to give it a try. Bring this in a play tapped. I'll show you this. Sure. I guess I'm playing one of them. Ah, always with the killing stuff. Alright, I'm gonna foretell this. So you can see there, I've just basically put it into exile. So I can cast it later for 1 rather than having to pay the 3. So the idea is that at this point in time, I don't have a lot of threats coming at me. So I might as well set myself up for future. Yep. I'm gonna run this out and see if it attracts some more removal. I really need to draw another land so that I can start to build. Oh, look out. Sure, I'll kill this. Alright, we've got another land. Yippee skippy! I'm going to cast our another one of these bad boys. See if it lives, and if it does, we may make it large. Ideally, I'd like to draw a green land next turn so that we can cast the Fall of the Imposter and keep up a snake skin veil to give it hexproof. Look at these guys with the whole, I'm just going to kill my own stuff. Cheers. Alright, this is a great card. Clarion Spirit. Whenever you cast the second card spell per turn, you create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying. I'll take 2 on the chin. So they've made a spirit, and this fella here, Usher of the Fallen, one white for a 2/1, and when it attacks, you can choose to pay 1 white, 1 other to create a 1/1 token. Oh. Alright, let's do this. Now, if we play any white creatures, or creatures that require white, and this is in play, they'll get a +1/+1 counter. I think there's a lot of options to build around in this set at the moment. I'm sort of looking at it going, yep, this is pretty cool. Okay, so that was a very cool looking art card. Fruit of Tizerius on black. Target player loses 2 life. Okay. 2, 4, 6. I'm gonna take it on the chin. And then what I'm gonna do is hope and pray we draw a green land. We do not. Alright, so you're about to see how this snow shenanigans works. I'm going to pay with snow mana so that it gets a +1/+1 counter on it. We've got this in the back giving us hexproof and +1/+1. We've also got this that we can cast. No attacks in turn. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can't stop 3 of it. Yeah, we can't stop 3 of it at the moment, so that's pretty scary. Assuming they attack in with everything and don't do any extra shenanigans. Yeah, we're in big trouble here, it would be fair to say. To cast that, and they've got 4 still. Yeah, okay. Not so good. Yep. Yeah. I'd like something with lifelink. That's really what this deck needs. Some more lifelinky stuff. Alright, so he's going to go here. He's go here. Go here. So if that had had lifelink as an example, we would have had gained 7 life, given us another turn. But, you know, it is what it is. What do you reckon, guys? Should we unbudget it? Let's unbudget that deck. Delete that deck. Alright. This one. Clone it. Selesnya. Selesnya dot deck. We'll just call it that for now. Yep. Alright, so cool. This seems to be a black. Go home. Go home. There we go. How is this white green? I don't understand. Alright, so we basically want to look at ways to put more tokens and get some lifelink, I reckon. First thing I'm looking for is some lifelink. This is not a bad card just for utility to be able to turn around and go, well, actually, no. You're targeting my creature. It's going to become a 4/4 angel. It's not a bad one to consider. Just going to put these impassioned orators in for now. So whenever you cast another creature, you get +1. You gain 1 life, which is not bad. That's removal. Got Revitalize. Probably want to rally the ranks. These are all maybes at this point in time. We're obviously gone over a little bit. So here's one of those runes that I was just talking about before, chat. So this rune of sustenance can be put onto that crown. That was the example. So one white, one other for rune of sustenance. It's an aura rune. Enchant permanent. When rune of sustenance enters the battlefield, draw a card. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it has lifelink. As long as enchanted permanent is an equipment, it has enchanted equipment has lifelink. So I think that is something that we should consider putting in. Yeah. Gain life. 2. Maybe. Yeah. A 2/2 lifelinker for 2, maybe. Oh my gosh, look at this one. So, Tempered Veteran for one white, one other, get a 1/2. You pay 1 white, tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. Pay 6, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. I just think the triggering of all of those other +1/+1s. Maybe. Enchant creature without flying. Can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Yeah. Maybe a couple of those. I think I'm just basically building another white deck. Alright, hold on. I think I've gone a little bit off the path here. Let's get rid of that. I don't know if lifelink is actually what I should be focusing on. It works on the +1/+1 mechanic. That's the whole deal. Alright, so let's... keep looking at stuff that puts +1/+1 counters on things. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Yeah. Each, what's this? Flying. Each creature you control that has an adventure enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. Don't really have any creatures that have adventures. Yeah. It's not jumping out at me. What's this guy do? Resplendent Marshal, Angel Warrior, 2 white, 1 other for a 3/3. When Resplendent Marshal enters the battlefield or dies, you may exile another creature card from your graveyard. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control other than Resplendent Marshal. That seems like an include. Yeah, okay. Search your library for a snow permanent card, a legendary card, or a saga card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. You gain 1 life for each. What's this one? If non-combat damage would have dealt, prevent that damage, put a +1. Yeah, okay. I think this is a cool idea, but it's very dependent on what our opponent has. Like if it's a red deck that you just win. I like the idea of this, but at 4, it's not worth it. 4 casting cost, and then you've got to attack to give him a +1. Ooh. So this is good. This allows us every time we play a land, we can put a +1/+1 counter onto all the creatures that we control. All right, so let's. I'm getting a little bit too far ahead of myself, I think. Whenever a creature mutates. End of turn. This seems pretty good too. maybe as a one-of. This is, in my opinion, the best white card from this set. Starnheim Unleashed. 2 white, 2 other. Sorcery. Create a 4/4 white Angel Warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. If the spell was foretold, create X of those tokens instead. So you basically you foretell it for 2. And then you can just drop a bunch of mana into it and make 4/4 angels. It's crazy good. What was that one? At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Yep, okay. All right, let's stop putting cards in. Rid of that. 2 of those. Some Fabled Passages in. Get rid of Evolving Wilds. What's this? Some rare mythic. Okay. What is there in the form of... Is there any other snowlands? Doesn't look like there is. Oh, there's one. Yeah, it becomes a creature. That's all. Get it. Yeah, let's put 2 of those in. Get rid of the Field of Ruin. Nice. All right. Bit of rando. Let's see if this works. I'll keep this. I like these sleeves. They are awesome. Block there. Sure. Sure. So you can give +4/+4 to something, which isn't terrible, let me tell you. Or I can give +1/+1 and hexproof. Okay. So they're playing this epic saga, Showdown of the Skalds. Exile the top 4 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And then they get the same thing again. So, pretty good. Alright. Block here. Give this +4/+4 and hope that they don't kill it out from underneath. Yeah, son of a gun. It is what it is. Okay, so let's do this. No, you don't, Todd. So Todd's just asked if when you foretell something, do you reveal it to your opponent? No. You do not. No, it comes up as a card that's in an exile zone, if that makes sense. Let's do this. Create a creature, 2/2 creaturey. End turn for now. So at this point in time, I need to protect my creature, hopefully. Good game. Yeah, the foretold is pretty good from that perspective. I'm just going to play this deck against the bot because I just want to see how it works. If there's a particular sweet spot that we can find, or am I trying to push something uphill? Keep it for now. Go and search up a plains. Bring into play Tat. Play that. Yeah. We'll sort of work our way from there. Ah, cheeky, cheeky. Oh gosh. No blocks, take 2. Play this. Play this. Attack with a fearless fledgling. Oh, look out. Right, so they got 3. They can do 3, 6 damage, 7, 8, 9 damage. Bloody hell.
I trust in your abilities. This sand will protect you.
So I think the thing that I'm noticing with this particular style of deck is it works great as long as you get all the right cards, which I'm sure everyone's really shocked by. Brenton B, how you going, buddy? How you going? When are you working next, Brenton? I'm very well. When are you at work next? When do you have some time to catch up so I can run you through what we've been chatting about? Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll message you after the stream today and we can organise a time to catch up. Cancel that. I'm gonna keep that deck. Get rid of this one. Yeah, I'll see what I'm doing. I'll send you a message. All right, import. Okay. Now, so I went and had a look at some counter decks, Selesnya counter decks. And so this is what seems to be popular. Now, I've played something very similar to this in the past. And I'm thinking what I want to do is muck around a little bit with this. Put 4 of those in, because that's what we wanted to do. Maybe axe 2 of those. 2 of those. All right. Play styles. 2 of those. 2 of those. So we're just taking out some different things to put. Scoot to the green. Gosh, there's a lot of white cards. I'm going to put my phone on silent because I just realised that I haven't done that, and that's why it keeps making noise. That's better. Because you know Murphy's Law is, whilst you're doing a stream, obviously you're always going to get people contacting you. That's how it works. That's what I was looking for. A bit of that, and then some snow lange. Whoops, went past them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some forests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. What's in the sideboard? Okay. Alright, so this is someone else's build. Let's see how it works. I got a new water bottle as well. It's only slightly larger than my head. I was getting frustrated because I kept using my other bottle and I'd run out of water halfway through stream or whatever. So as now, I've got lots of water. 2.2 litres to be precise. Yeah, let's keep this.
I'm ready to play.
That's good that you're ready to play. I'm also ready to play. Pay 3 life. Play one of them. Next, end turn. Do that. And play this for 2. 1, 2. Auto pay. And then attack with this. That's so funny art. It makes me laugh. No attacks. So the Oran Reef Ooze, basically what it does is when you attack, if a creature has a +1/+1 counter on it, it adds an extra 1. Which is pretty damn cool. Do this, play this, enters tapped, play a second one of these, +1/+1 counter, attack with these 3, see what happens. Much happiness. Sure. Yeah. Return target creature to... Really? Cheeky chops. Yep. Pay with a snowland, yes. This seems to be a lot smoother. What do we think, chat? Obviously, it's against AI rather than real people, but what are we thinking? I guess we just try it. Just try it out. See what happens. See if it works. Don't know if it will. Don't know if it won't. All right. Standard ranked. Selesnya counter. Let's have a look and see if it does what it needs to do. And then after that, I will open some more boosters. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give a comment and a like. It helps me to get recognition. So I need to get up to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, which, as you can imagine, is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Is this person on the same deck type? I'm losing my mind. Sure. No attacks. Enter. Yep. Blessing of Frost. That's a good inclusion. Alright. So my opponent decided that they didn't get what they wanted. Let's go and open some packs like I said we were going to. Alright, so what do we get? A bunch of stuff. Okay, one red, one other for a 2/2 human berserker called Dragonkin Berserker. It's got first strike, which means that it does damage before regular damage. Boast abilities, you activate, cost 1 less to activate for each dragon you control. Holy dooly. This particular card's boast ability is pay 1 red and 4 other of any other colour, including red if you wanted to. Create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. Jeez, that's pretty gas. I like it. Mystic Reflection, 1 blue, 1 other for an instant spell. Choose target non-legendary creature. The next time 1 or more creatures or planeswalkers enters the battlefield this turn, they enter as copies of that chosen creature. This is funny as. So I've used this one a couple of times. Yeah, I'll have a chat to you about it off stream afterwards, mate. So I finish at 1 the stream today, so I'll give you a call shortly after that, brother. Mystic Reflection is really good because you know your opponent might cast a massive card and you just pick a 1/1 token they've got, and that becomes a 1/1 token. Elvish Warmaster, 1 green, 1 other for a 2/2. Whenever 1 or more other elves enter the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 elf creature warrior token. This ability only triggers once each turn. Pay 2 green, 5 other elves you control get +2/+2 and gain death touch until end of turn. Yep, good. Triite Sanctum. It's a land card. Bring it into play. I just realised there's no music. That album finished. All right, let's play this one. Triite Sanctum. It's a land card. Tap it for a colourless mana. You can pay 2, tap, target legendary creature becomes a god in addition to other types. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. You can tap, pay 4, and tap this, sacrifice the Sanctum, put an indestructible counter on target god. Pretty cool. Immersturm Predator, 1 red, 1 black, 2 other for a 3/3 flying vampire dragon, as you do. Dragons like to become vampires. Can't think of anything more horrifying than that. Whenever Immersturm Predator becomes tapped, exile up to 1 target creature from a graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on it. You can sacrifice another creature and it gains indestructible until end of turn and it gets tapped. Pretty cool. Runeforge Champion, 1 white, 1 other. 1 white, 2 other for a 2/3 dwarf warrior creature. When Runeforge Champion enters the battlefield, you may search your library and/or graveyard for a rune card, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your library, shuffle it. May pay 1 rather than pay the mana cost for rune spells you cast. Seems good. Jawn, the God of Winter. 1 green, 2 other for a 3/3 legendary snow god creature. Whenever Jawn attacks, untap each snow permanent you control. Or it can come in as a Keldring the Rime Staff, which is 1 black, 1 blue, and 1 other for a snow artifact, which allows you to tap. You may play target snow permanent card from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield tapped. Seems okay. Cosmos Elixir for 4. It's an artifact. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if your life total is greater than the starting life total. Otherwise, you get to gain 2 life. Pretty good. Battle of Frost and Fire. 1 red, 1 blue, and 3 other. When it comes into play, Battle of Frost and Fire deals 4 damage to each non-giant creature and each planeswalker. Its second mode is to scry 3. So scrying is when you get to look at 3 cards on the top of your library. You can put them back in any order, or if you don't want them on the top, you can put it on the bottom of your library. So it allows you to basically sculpt what you draw the next turn. And then the third mode for this particular saga is whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost 5 or greater this turn, draw 2 cards and then discard a card. And finally from the 10, Arnie Brokenbrow. He's got a tooth stuck in his head by the look of it. He's a human berserker. He has haste, which means when he comes into play, he can attack immediately. Doesn't have summoning sickness. And when he attacks, you can pay 1 for boasting. You may change Arnie Brokenbrow's base power to 1 plus the greatest power among other creatures you control until end of turn. Nice. Nice. Okay, so they're the 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 10 cards from those 10 boosters. 10 rare cards. All right, shall we go and give this deck a go? Another go? Actually, no, that's right. We were going to... get rid of them. Get rid of them. I wanted to find that snow card. Yeah, that's really helpful, Craig. That snow card in a set that's just released snow mechanic. There's only 1 card, Craig? No, there's a bunch of them. But I'm just looking for it. I don't know what it's called. I'll see it in a second, I swear. Sure. I didn't imagine it. I didn't. I swear to you. This is what happens when I get distracted. Ah, come on. Yes. Well, here's all the Selesnya cards too. Where is this dude? Alright, let's have a look in here. It's from Kaldheim. And it's green. I bet you I just went back. I went past it, I bet you. There it is, Blessing of Frost. So distribute X +1/+1 counters. X is the amount of snow mana. So I reckon that we should include maybe 2 of them. Get rid of one of those. Axe one of those. One. Alright, let's see how this works, eh? Let's see how this works. I stream Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, 10 AM to 1 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is Greenwich Mean Time plus 10 hours. Oh, nice. Nice. I'll keep this. Bring this in and play tapped. Oozington. Sure. Alright, so I'm going to play this first one of these, make a little human token. Sure, I'll take 5. 6, sorry. 6 even. Play one of them. Play one of these. No attacks. Looks like they're going to fight. Yeah. Basically, we block there because this one's got trample, so there's no point blocking it. It's just going to push over the top 3 damage. Okay, and play this. Play this. So we got one. Yeah, we're in a bit of trouble here, folks, but that's okay. No attacks. Yep. Radio Zero. What are you doing to me? Alright, so do they have any creatures? They do not. So I can kill that. I need to block this, and I need to block this, and I actually need to block one more thing to survive this turn. Yeah, they got me. Right. This is a drawing board. Let's go again and just see if it was just a bad hand or what. Spectrum Games, don't forget about those guys. Friends of the channel. They've given me a box of booster packs. So every time someone subscribes or follows the channel, new person obviously, I will open a pack on stream and show you what I got. This is not a terrible hand. Next, end turn. Blue. Ah. A rogue's deck. It's nice of them. Oh my god, I'm in big trouble. That's 6 cards to the graveyard. Bam. No attacks. Enter. Another 6 cards to the graveyard. Indeed. So I'm going to play this creature because it's got reach, and it's got protection from multicolored. So the theory is, I can block the Soaring Thought Thief to stop taking damage. It will still mill me, but it'll just slow it down a bit. Of course, if they kill it, then that means that it doesn't matter. No attacks. End turn. So if I don't draw a land next turn, I'm going to scoop it up. I do draw a land, thank God. "16 cards left in my graveyard. Sorry, in my library. 12 cards left. Okay. One, two, three, four. Auto pay. Cool. Brutal. It's interesting watching, like, trying to brew a deck. Try and brew a deck when you've got, you know, playing in the real world. Alright, let's have a look at these decks again. Haven't really looked at this yet. So this is an elf deck that another streamer was sort of saying is pretty cool. I don't think I'll jump into this at the moment, only because I want to open all the booster packs so I don't waste my wild cards. What other decks shall we play? You're in Control we've got, and then we've got the Tybalt. Alright, here we go. This is the deck that we're going to be running now, just for giggles. It doesn't always work, e.g. it's fairly temperamental, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see a card banning fairly soon if this starts to become a bit more of a thing. Super Reg. Super Reg. Super Reg. Okay. We can't keep this one because it doesn't have the... It doesn't have what we need in it. So we're going to mulligan this one. Now it's got what we need. Okay. Chuck this back in. Here we go. Alright, so guys, this particular deck uses some interesting elements for sure. Okay. Alright, so what I need to do is go into full control so that I can counter my own spell. Play a green. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Tormod's Crypt for 0, because that's what it costs. And then I'm going to, before it resolves, I'm going to counter my own spell. Auto pay that. Resolve. So what's going to happen is it's going to let me flick this in. So I just cast a 7 casting cost spell for free. Or for 2 mana, I should say. So if you're not familiar with Magic, at the moment my opponent's like, what the hell? Because casting an 8/8 creature turn 2 seems a little bit powerful from my point of view. Play this. Keep that on top. Attack for 8. So my opponent's now down to 12. Okay, then shoot me for 2. I'll take this. Cast this. So they're going to play their Bone Crusher Giant, I'm guessing, to try and stop this. Which is fine. I get it. But this is a fairly degenerate deck, in my opinion. Because if I draw another Tybalt's Trickery, I can do the same combo again and potentially get something else. Sure. Don't want that. Here we go. So go full control again. Tormod's Crypt. Counter my own spell. Yes. Submit. Autopay. Resolve. See what I get. Oh, Genesis. Ultimatum. Yes, I will definitely cast that. Resolve. Yes, I'll cast all of these. Submit 4. Going to attack in for 8. They're going to block with their Solemn Simulacrum. At least they should. They draw a card. I end turn. At their upkeep, I get a 3/3 Serpent, which allows me to give this creature indestructible. They're on 7 mana. And play another Simulacrum. And scoop it up. So yeah, when we're talking about it being a bit crazy, that's an example of it being a bit crazy. In Magic terms, that is bonkers. Cool. We'll give it another run. And then we will try a different deck. Maybe open some boosters. I don't know. What do you guys reckon I should do? In chat. Can't keep it. Can keep it. And whoops. Keep. Keep. There we go. Pop that back. Done. Play that. Next. End turn. So we need to draw an untapped land to be able to go off next turn, but that ain't going to happen. Or it's unlikely that's going to happen. So go for the green. I don't want that. End turn. Oh. All right. There you go. They swung and they missed. Full control. Resolve. Yeah, I think I'll take that. And they scoop it up. Mastery. Ah, another bauble. Cute. Which way do we want to go? That one or that one? We'll go this one first. No, we won't. Or will we? Oh, we have to go up that way first. Okay. We won't. Cool. Claim the prize. So this is basically cosmetics. They don't do anything in the game, but what they do is they give you just some cooler, sort of movable pictures on your cards. Okay, so this will be the last game that we play with this deck today. Just want to show what's out and about. So if you are playing Arena, you can be aware of what's going on. One that rides alone. Okay, so we don't have the Tybalts, so we need to send it back. We do have the Tybalts, but we don't have the 0 cost. So we'll keep it and try and draw into the card that we need. I'm going to put this back. Play the World Tree, pass turn. Okay, play this tapped. I'm just basically going to draw into one of those 0 cost artifacts. Alright, so my opponent's now going to have a look at my hand, and this is all kinds of badness for us. In a way. If we draw what we need, it won't be that bad. The other thing is too, if we get when we get to 6 or more lands, all of our lands produce all of the colours we need anyway. That's the other thing. So it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Okay. So my opponent's going to try and grab the trickery from my hand, which is fine. We're on the slow build path at the moment. So next turn they're going to grab that out, and then we're just going to be top decking like a boss. Yeah, cool. I thought they were going to pick something else for a second. Now I'm like, oh my god. So yeah. Okay. Down to 14. Yeah. Sure. Okay, so there's the 0 drop that we needed, because we can cast this for 0. Even though it's X cost, we're just trying to cast it so that we can stop stuff from happening. End turn. So basically this, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll drop us to 9. So we've got 2 more turns as it stands to try and draw a Tybalt's spell. We'll see what they play at the end of this turn, if they play anything. Okay, we draw another land. So I'll play that. scry and see if we can get the Tibolts. It's not the Tibolts, so I'll put it on the bottom. Next. End turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they've got this turn. If they've got a land, they'll be able to cast and play this. And that changes our clock dramatically. They do. So I'm guessing they're going to flip that over and do 3, 4, 5, 6 damage to us. We'll cast this and we'll lose the game. Okay. So 2. We really need to hit it this turn. We don't. Let's see if we would have got it next. Nah. Alright, so we cannot win from here, so let's concede. Alright, I'm going to play one more game using this deck. And what I'm going to do is mulligan down to we get the 2, rather than trying to sit and see if we can draw into the artifact that we counter. I think I probably should have done that rather than keep. Feel free to give us a follow if you can. That'd be helpful. Also check out my YouTube channel. Oh, we got both pieces we need. Feel free to give my YouTube channel a subscribe, a like, and comment if you're able to. Sure thing. Submit that. I'll take. Next, end turn. Alright, so full control. Scry here. Yep. Seems good. Alright, so cast this for 0. Confirm. Now I counter it. Yes. Submit. Auto pay. Resolve. Oh, that's right. Dope. No, not decline. What am I doing? Resolve this. The Snake of Crazy. You may sacrifice a creature. When you do, does 0 damage to any target. Each player discards a card. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter. Okay, cool. So, are they going to sacrifice their creature? No, they are not. Okay. My turn. Cast this. Sure, I'll keep that on top. Next. Attack. End turn. Discard a card. Alright. Yeah. my opponent decides that they're not going to get there when I've got 12, 15 power on deck. Understandable, really. Understandables. Okay, Glimpse of Freedom. 1 blue, 1 other. For an instant, draw a card. You can escape, which means you can cast it from your graveyard for 1 blue and 2 other, and exiling 5 other cards in your graveyard, which means if you don't have those 5 cards, you can't cast it from your graveyard. And it lets you to recast the spell to draw another card. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, so I'm just going to duck to the toilet. I'll be back in a sec. I'm back. Okay. Alright, so now we get to play some more games, but before we do that, let's open some more boosters. Nice. Okay, so we got Cosmos Elixir. So I think this is obviously it's not the first one we've got. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if your life total is greater than your starting life total. Otherwise, you gain two life, which is good. Got a Mythic wild card. Got a Kel, so 2 green, 2 other for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Static or his standard ability is elves you control have tap, add a black. His +1 ability is to put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target elf. Untap it, it gains Death Touch until end of turn. Quite nice. 0, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Don't forget that would also get the tap to add 1 black mana. And -6, you get an emblem with whenever you cast an elf spell, it gains haste until the end of turn and you draw 2 cards. Seems fairly gas. Elska's Chariot. It is 1 green, 3 other for a 4/4 vehicle, a legendary artifact vehicle. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 green cat creature tokens. Whenever the chariot attacks, create a token that's a copy of a target token you control. Okay, yeah, it's alright. I love the artwork. Some kitty cats. We got a gold wild card. We got Furia's Retribution for 1 black, 2 white, and 1 other. It's a saga. Has 3 modes. First mode is create a 4/4 white angel warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. Second mode, until the end of turn, angels you control tap, destroy target. They gain the ability tap, destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power. And the third mode is angels you control gain double strike until end of turn. Quite nice. 1 red and 3 other for Reckless Crew, which is a sorcery spell. Create X 2/1 red dwarf berserker creature tokens, where X is the number of vehicles you control plus the number of equipment you control. For each of those tokens, you may attach an equipment you control to it. It's pretty good. We got another Mystic Reflection, 1 blue, 1 other for an instant spell that allows you to counter a spell or basically change what it makes. So you choose a target non-legendary creature. The next time 1 or more creatures or planeswalkers enters the battlefield this turn, they enter as copies of the chosen creature. Pretty damn cool, man. The Raven's Warning, 1 blue, 1 white, and 1 other for this saga. Its first mode, create a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying and you gain 2 life. The second mode, whenever 1 or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player this turn, look at the player's hand and draw a card. And the third mode is you may put a card you own from outside the game on top of your library. Cool. So from your sideboard, basically. And then we got another Blessing of Frost, which is the sorcery, snow sorcery specifically. 1 green and 3 other. Distribute X +1/+1 counters among the number of creatures you control, where X is the number of snow mana spent to cast this spell. Then draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Cool. Not too bad. Alright, let's go and play some actual games. Change away from this deck, because although it's fun, it's not fun for my opponents. Not that your own control is much better, but we're going to go and have a look at this, because it's a deck that I've been talking about this deck for a little bit. Alright, so yeah, this is not bad. Ish, not bad. So we'll keep it. Brenton, I'll give you a call in about half an hour and we'll work out when we can meet up. So I'm thinking first things first. I'm gonna cast a blue. Cast a blue. Let's say hello to my opponent. It's a bit rude of me. And then give him my love. And then say, let's dance! Alright, cool. Sure. Okay, so I need to hold back off that for a moment. Okay. They got rid of the Seagate, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. My concern is if they play the there's a new card that gives all creatures that have Death Touch also get poison, and that will mean that I'm in trouble. Okay. Hopefully I can get to my upkeep and get rid of this. E.g. exile it so that I can start making it large and in charge. But yeah, can't guarantee that that's going to happen. Because removal is king in this world. That's okay. Play this. Move this across. Yeah, just sit back for now. No attacks. End turn. Sure. All right, there we go. So what do we got there? 1, 2, 3. So 5.
This will be a new experience for both of us.
So basically at this point my opponent needs to kill this as quickly as possible, which they quite happily do.
You're not scared of dogs, are you?
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2.
We fight well together.
Sure. Grook can kill this as well. Yep, cool. Oh no. Oh my god. Yeah, fair enough.
Done with you.
Brett, I got this.
Yeah, that's right. Happy days. Um, Alright, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's not so good. Good game. One turn too late. Wow. I like it. It's a good deck. I just didn't know what I was doing. Can't believe we drew all of those Elsbeth cards in a row. It's pretty full on. Let's have another look at the deck, because I just need to make sure I've got it clear in my head as to what I'm trying to do. Cool. Okay. So basically, it just, when you get in that loop, you can get into the loop is one thing that can happen. Keep this. Play this tapped. Look at that. 5. It's pretty powerful. Play this. Foretell this. Because I'm going to have to, otherwise I'm going to die. Can't do diddly at the moment, other than just sit back and wait for them to attack and then block with this. That's okay. gonna sit back and wait for a little bit. Take on the role of the true control player. So the basically want to keep doing my thing with that's okay. All right. Oh no. Move this across. Play this, and then play this. I'm not convinced that they should have just scooped it up then, but anyway, I'll take the victory. I'll take the victory. Nice. So we've got 9 more wins that we need to get to finish the daily wheel and the weekly wheel for that matter. So that's not too shabby. I'm going to play this one last game and then I'm going to finish up for today's stream. But I'm going to do a little bit of a chatterama at the end of the stream just to explain what I've got planned for the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Alright, so what have we got here? Alright, we'll keep this. Sure. If they attack in with the Kraken, I'm going to flash in Omen of the Sun and block. Yeah. if they try and cast something worse, I'll obviously counter it. That's worse, so I'm going to counter it. And I'll take 3 for my trouble. No blocks. Take that. No attacks. And turn. Resolve. Such cool artwork. Last turn. See if they've got their own counter magic. There we go. That's what I needed. Yeah, let's do this. Some more land. Yes. Put this one top. No attacks. So my plan is here is to play that Temple of Enlightenment next turn. See what's underneath the land that I'm going to draw. Yep. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to happen. I wanted to be able to bounce everything. But oh well, it is what it is. Play this. No attacks. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need one more land, which I've got to be able to cast that. All right, see what happens, I guess. Tay. I need to take care of this Dirge Bat because it's going to kill all my stuffs. Down to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. Todd's being crass. If they attack in with the crack in. Oh no, you're not being. You're saying I'm a poet. I see. I see. Yes, if they attack in with the crack in, it's better than them, I suppose, attacking in with their crack out. Play this. Move this. Do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 to spend. Shall I do this? Next. No attacks. Enter. Either or. Yeah, that's right. No. Just a big no. Tentacle beastie. Take action. This is not ideal because they're going to kill my angels. Resolve. pass. Alright. It's a choice, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not gonna work. Dolt. Okay, 1 here. 1, 2 here. And 1 here. Block, block, block. Pass. Um, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
I don't observe unjust rules.
Oh man, I thought I'd drawn more than... I've got to cause some more carnage and mayhem and damage to my opponent at the moment. They're just picking me to pieces. This needs to die this turn. Oh my golly gosh. Well, let's do a bit of this, eh? And then a bit of this.
I can get you past their defenses.
As you do. Put him at the bottom, keep that one. Oh, it's the very long game, but it's a control deck. That's what it's designed to do. It is what it is designed to do. Okay, so let's play this to start off with. Put that into my hand. Play old mate here. Play old mate this one. In the hands. Play this one.
I'll throw you.
So basically, the deck revolves around reducing their effectiveness over and over and over and over again. Yeah, so I take 4 damage. Take action. Take action. Yeah. Can't do diddly with that. So that's what I wanted.
Do not like being sidelined.
They have another... damn it! Oh my god, they got there! Oh my god, that was fantastic. I love this deck. It's fantastic. No, they're not going to... They are not. Because I punted. They tapped down all of my creatures. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so that was pretty good fun. I'm sorry if it dragged on for a bit over time. But I was just learning how that deck works. Couple of things I just wanted to give everyone the heads up on what's going on at the moment. So Spectrum Games continue to support the stream. They've sent, as I have said previously, they sent if I can open this correctly, they sent a box of Commander Legends, which is really nice of them. They didn't have to do that. Every time we get a follower or subscriber, I'll open a booster pack up and show you what the contents were. Go and check out their store. It's www.spectrumgaming.com.au. They're based in Sydney, Australia. Good people, great customer service. If you go there and you can't find what you're looking for, if they don't have the product that you're after, just contact them. They might be able to get it in for you. Sure, along the story is they promote small streamers like myself, and they give, they've given me some product to open on stream, which I think is really nice of them to do. And there's no obligation for them to do any of that stuff. So that's the kind of caliber of people we're talking about. As I have said multiple times, I'm streaming Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. I start at 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is Greenwich Mean Time plus 10 hours. And I aim to finish around 1 o'clock, depending on how the deck's performing. The other thing that would be a real big help for me, if you can do it, is like my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and comment and like the videos there. If you're watching this on YouTube already, please go to my Facebook page, the BigCraigO, like that there. So that you get messages about what's going on, and feel free to follow me on Twitch so you get notifications as well. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription to a Twitch streamer every month. It won't cost you a single cent. That has a significant impact on what I have as far as resourcing to help me grow this channel and put money toward it, because at the moment everything that I'm doing is coming out of my pocket, and my pockets only have so much money in them that I can spend each week. So any extra cents I can get from Twitch, or eventually when I get monetized on YouTube, will help me to grow the channel and give better content, etc. So yeah, please feel free. The other thing is too, from a YouTube point of view, the two metrics that I need to hit is subscribers. I need to get to 1,000 of those, and I need to do 4,000 hours of watch time. So if you're unable to subscribe to Twitch because it's not in your budget, that's fine. I'd really appreciate if you can subscribe to YouTube. And even if you are unable to watch, if you can open a window and leave it running in the background, just my videos, so that it clocks up some of those hours for me, that would be really helpful. Yeah, Prime is very good value. One of the people, Todd, has said, yeah, it's so good value for the TV. It's so good value for audio, books. So good value for getting a free a sub that you can you can give away. It doesn't cost you any money. Not that, $5 or $6 is a lot to give to a streamer. It all makes a significant difference. Other than that, guys, I'll be putting a video up this week, just doing a deck tech review on the sort of changing meta, specifically talking about the different tiering of decks. I'm either going to, I haven't decided 100%, either going to do a review, like a deck tech on a specific deck, being the mono white aggro, or if I'm just going to, depending on how much content I can come up with in regard to the tiers and just looking at generally what the different decks are in the meta at the moment, since Kaldheim's released. But that'll shake up over the next couple of weeks, I think, anyway, so I'll probably do just a deck tech on a specific deck. Either way, I intend to do one video a week outside of my streaming and put that onto the YouTube channel as well, just to build up some more content for people as well. As always, if you've got any feedback or any comments you want to make, let me know. You can drop me a message on Facebook. You can comment on videos on YouTube. Obviously, keep them constructive and polite. I do get a mix of people from all different age groups, and I don't want to have it as a adult only type channel. That sounds a bit suspect, but you know what I mean. Young people watch and see these things, so I don't want it to be offensive to them. Thanks very much, Toddles. You have a great day as well, brother. I hope everything's okay. I know that you're based in Western Australia and things are a bit wacky at the moment over there with COVID. Stay safe. Guys, have a great afternoon, and I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know if I can do anything to help you out. Any questions you've got about Magic or otherwise, let me know. Other than that, guys, I'll see you on Wednesday.